Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Tradingofftilt. In this video, we're going to be going over the Elliott wave count that I have for Binance coin. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into it. Let's zoom into this section right here to give you guys an introduction of the account I have on a more macro time frame. So this would be primary wave 1 right here. Let's zoom in. The way I counted it would be intermediate wave 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys can pause the video if you want to see the subdivisions, but that's how I counted it for this wave 1. In this wave 2, there's different ways to count it. You could count it as an A, B, C for zigzag, where you'd say this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Upper wave B, which would probably be something like this, and then down for wave C, 5 waves down. You could also count it as a WXY if you said this is A, B, C. This is an A, B, C for an expanded flat, and then this would have to be some sort of zigzag, like so. But anyways, let's move on to primary wave 3 right here. I put wave 1 right here, then wave 2 here. And this would actually be all of intermediate degrees, so 1 higher. Let's change that. And then I would go ahead and put wave 3 up here, 4 down here. And then this would start wave 5 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it would end in an ending diagonal for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would lead us to this section right here, which I would count right now as a WXY. There really is only one bullish way, or only one way you could count this section right here as a motive wave. So I'm going to hide this count real quick. The only way you could count this section right here as a motive wave if you were to consider it a diagonal, leading or expanding diagonal, which would look something like this. It would have to look something like this, where this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to come up for 5. So something like that. But I'm definitely not a fan of this. It does not really look that great, so I'm not going to go with it. I'm not considering it a possibility, but at the end of the day, it could happen. But just based on probabilities, I'm not confident in this count right here. So I went ahead and I'm calling this all a WXY, where this is all right here, a triangle for an A, B, C, D, E. And then this X here is a zigzag for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A. So we could put, let's see. So yeah, this would be an A wave up here. This would be a B wave here. And this would be a C wave here. Excuse the wave degrees. These wave degrees are 1 off. So this should all be minute, and these should all be mini wet. But you guys probably know what I mean, where this would be A, B, C for the wave X. And then this will lead us to this wave Y, which, let's zoom in a little bit more to the 1 hour chart. Well, first I wanted to show you guys that wave X real quick. Just one more thing I needed to show you guys. All right, so I needed to mention that this final X wave, or the final C wave of this X wave, is very hard to count as a 5-wave structure. So I put wave 1 down here, and then 2 down here for a very short wave 1 and 2. This wave 3 does not make a perfect impulse, because you'd have to put wave 1 here, 2 here. This would be a wave 3 and a wave 4, but this wave 3 and 4, this wave 4 overlaps this wave 1 and 2. And then wave 5 would be right here. So it's definitely not a perfect impulse. Another way to count it would be putting wave 1 up here, and then 2 down here, and then 3 up here, 4 here, and this would be a truncated wave 5. These are really the only 2 ways I could think of for how to count this section right here. If you guys have better ways to count it, then feel free to share in the Discord server right here. The link is in the description. But that was really the best way I could think of counting this section here as a 5-wave structure. So yeah, we're going to move on to this section right here. So it's on the 1 hour chart. And I'll put on the count once more. And I counted this whole section as a WXYXZ. So it's a little bit similar to Cardano, for example, because a lot of altcoins are in this weird corrective structure where you can't really count it as a impulse wave, but you can't really count it as a nice corrective wave either. So you're kind of forced to label it as a WXY or WXYXZ. and that's what I did. So I put this all here as a flat count. So well, this wave W would be a flat. So for an A, B, C, this wave X would be a zigzag, A, B, C. This wave Y would be a flat, A, B, C. And this wave X, you could probably say it's an WXY of some sort. I haven't yet really figured out what this could be, but it ends right here. And there's probably different ways to count it. You might be able to say this is A, B, and this would be an 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a zigzag. There's different ways to count it, but that's how I labeled it. I labeled this as a wave X here. Then moving on, this wave Z would have all been a zigzag. So this would probably be a 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving for the wave B, A, B, C, or WXY, depending how you count it. And then this wave C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so this leads us into this current section right here. So let's zoom out a little bit more. So we just completed a WXYXZ. And what's pretty nice is for this Z wave, or for this the final C wave of the Z wave, we came right into the 1.618 of this wave A. So that's a pretty nice target to hit. Let's see if we get a reaction at the 1-to-1. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a bounce right here at the 1-to-1, but we ultimately bounced at the 1.618. So now what we've gotten here, let's zoom in. It looks like we could have gotten a 5-wave impulse. So if you were to put wave 1 down here, of course it would be a very short wave 1. But if you were to put wave 1 down here, come out for wave 3, 4, 5, then it is possible to get a 5-wave impulse out of this, which to me, let's see, if we zoom out a little bit more, then we could get a little bit better of a perspective on what we're seeing in the long term. And so far, we came down for this wave W all the way down here around 215 or so at the very lowest. Then we came up for this wave X, which came all the way. It actually did not take out these highs like it did on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it came all the way to 669 or so. So I'm inclined to believe that this wave Y, to get proper symmetry, it's probably going to come down, not exactly to the 1-to-1 down here, but somewhere close to it. So you could always give it a margin of error. Of course, it could always come to the 0.618 or the 1.618, which is going to be quite off this target. It's going to be quite far away from this target right here. But I'm inclined to believe that this is going to come somewhere around the 1-to-1, around the bottom of this range. So it's a little bit similar to Bitcoin in that sense, that I do expect us to do something like this. We come up, then come back down for perhaps a zigzag. Maybe it could be another WXY to complete this Y wave. We have yet to see. But like I said, if we zoom in, then we could get a 5-wave impulse out of this. You know, it's not super pretty, but we could do it. And in that case, I'd be looking for a zigzag up here locally to probably around the golden pocket, at least of, probably around the golden pocket of this whole move. So this whole wave, if this is all a wave A, then probably up, let's see, I'll show you guys. With the magnet tool all the way at the top of this wave 5, this wave X, then all the way down to the bottom of this wave Z. A little bit tricky to get exact. So technically the target for the zigzag would be, let's see. So I'm looking up toward this golden pocket right here, but depending on where this bounces, you could find the 1-to-1. So if this happens to bounce, let's say at 450, then take the Fibonacci extension tool, or take the length of this whole move right here and then compare it to the bottom of where it bounces. So if it's 450, then the 1-to-1 should come in around 550. So a little bit close to this golden pocket right here. And one target that I'm looking out for to the downside would be this monthly level right here, which actually coincides with a golden pocket locally, which I actually have on my chart right here. So this would be a very good place to buy, in my opinion, if it were to come down here. If it were to come down here like this, just kind of dumping down, then I'm definitely going to wait to order to buy in, because I don't want to wait. I don't want to sit here and try to catch a falling knife, and then it ends up maybe bouncing a little bit and then falling right through my order. I'd rather wait for the reaction, wait for it to do something a little bit more like this, give a bounce up, then a bounce back down, grind into my level, and then maybe you could limit order in if that's your strategy. But I, regardless, would still probably wait a little bit for it to give us a bounce, at least maybe above the golden pocket, and then you can market order in with your stop loss perhaps a little bit below the low, just to protect against the swing failure pattern. And your final take profit could be all the way up here. It could be at this weekly level, really whatever you prefer. But that's how I'm going to be playing this on Binance Coin. Hey guys, so before I go, I actually wanted to mention a few tools that I'm using on Binance Coin to kind of give me price targets. So the first one would be this Pitchfork right here, which would be this 012 Pitchfork taken from the bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 2. And this actually predicted this wave 3 very nicely, and it also gave us a nice bounce right here at the midline. So I'm using the 0.5 median line right here to give us a potential price target down here for the bottom of wave 4. Of course, we could come all the way down here to the bottom of the Pitchfork, but that would be quite a drop from where we're at right now. So I'm not going to be counting on it. But as you guys can see, this 0.5 midline right here did give us some nice reactions right here and here. So it is definitely something to look out for, especially if we lose this midline right here and backtest it and start making our way down. That's the first tool I wanted to show you guys. The second tool, let's see, I think, so okay, this was an old Pitchfork. So if we were to reclaim this Pitchfork, it would be pretty bullish. So this would be taken from this wick right here to this wick here, down to this low put in September. The next one would be, let's see. So this was actually a speed fan that I took from the low in March of 2020 to the very high put in May of 2021. And if you go to arithmetic, then you can see this 0.618 give a very nice reaction. So if we were to lose this 0.618, then I would imagine it wouldn't be that far-fetched to assume we could be coming down to this 0.75, which would be the next target to look for in the speed fan. So that's the next tool I wanted to show you. And let's see what else we have. Really, the last tool I should mention, I would say, is this parallel channel on the local time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. So this gives us a very nice, so if you take it from here, from these wicks here, and pull it down to the bottom of the 15th of December, then you can see the midline has been quite well respected. Here, 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 and here. And although we did get one deviation of this right here, so we got a dump down where we tested the bottom of this channel, came up, and then finally came down, back tested it, and then made our way down before coming back into this channel. So I would definitely be using this channel as an indicator, or as confluence of when to buy or when to sell. So if we happen to come all the way down here to this golden pocket, pretty soon, which coincides with this weekly level, then that would give us a pretty nice trade. Coming near the bottom of this channel, as well as into this golden pocket in this weekly level. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up down below, and also leave a comment to let me know what kind of topics or coins you want to see me cover next, and I'll be happy to cover those in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video and in the Discord channel. All right, take care. Bye.